I think it's going to $1.2 million in 5 more years. Strange things are happening in the US right now as authorities are implying a change in the regulation of cryptocurrency. Elon Musk acknowledged the new high of dogecoin and its blast into the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap with his tweet. Welcome to the Coin Post. Since the end of the previous crypto winter in December 2018, Bitcoin has surged by 2,000%. And if we count the difference from the previous high in December 2017, then those who entered the market and bought high, but proved to be real hodlers, have now earned 230%. It's stunning figures. However, Bitcoin, let alone altcoins, have a far way to go. In the meantime, there are some weird things happening in the market, like dogecoin in the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap, and many signs pointing to its further growth. Is there something that could stop it? And is there a limit to the price of Bitcoin? Or is it bound to be indefinite, like predicted in The Simpsons TV series?
Bitcoin is the best asset in Simpsons history. It's going up forever.
That's what we're gonna talk about today, so make sure you give us a thumbs up, and let's get started. If we're talking about the Bitcoin price limit, it makes sense to start with a prediction, and today it's from Robert Kiyosaki. Yes, he's a complex personality, some say he's a financial guru, others think he's the most hyped info entrepreneur of our time. But on December 12, 2020, he predicted Bitcoin at $50,000, and this prediction came true. Later, Robert talked about a possible price of $100,000, and considering that we finally broke through the resistance at $60,000 yesterday, it doesn't seem that improbable anymore. But Kiyosaki would never become that popular if he was afraid to be bald. His new prediction of April 5th says the following. I bought Bitcoin at 9,000 and I thought I was being fleeced, but the reason I bought at 9,000 was because COVID shut down the world economy. I wish I had bought it at 10 cents, but now I look like a genius because today it's around $55,000. I think it's going to $1.2 million in 5 more years. Please note the time. 5 years from now means at least one cycle of Bitcoin. And if by then governments haven't figured out a better way to keep printing money, I really wouldn't be surprised if prices of various assets, not just Bitcoin, would skyrocket, especially assets that have limited issuance like Bitcoin. In fact, it's almost impossible to predict what's really gonna happen in 5 years, but you can see the current situation on the screen. You can even pause the video and have a look at this monthly Bitcoin price chart to see how many people think we're at the top and gonna plummet soon. I monitor the cryptocurrency market daily, and I know many reasons why Bitcoin hasn't yet reached its high. In my personal opinion, the main one is the answer to the question, why should the Bitcoin price fall? Bubbles inflate and burst, that's a fact, but before the market makes a U-turn, there has to be a reason, a cause, and better yet, a crash catalyst. Is there a threat to Bitcoin today? In fact, strange things are happening in the US right now as authorities are implying a change in the regulation of cryptocurrency. Jay Clayton, the former head of the SEC, talked about this, and there's been statements in Congress about the need for regulators to take a closer look at this market. While the American IRS worry there's a tax gap and they need new crypto bills to fix this. And of course, we're hearing more and more allegations of how Bitcoin is being used for illegal activities, which doesn't withstand any criticism as detailed in Forbes. It's clear from these figures that they've always stolen money through banks, but those would only be punished by fines provided journalists dig up irrefutable evidence. For some reason, the authorities don't fight with banks and don't worry about their illegal activities. Why so? Share in the comments, please. But despite this weird activity of the American authorities, I wouldn't worry too much about the ban. The capitalization of the crypto market has hit over $2 trillion, and you have to reckon with it. In March 2020, all the markets were crashing following the S&P 500 index. So could it be that there is an inverse relationship? and a Bitcoin collapse would trigger a stock sale. Yesterday, when Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, Tesla and MicroStrategy shares grew by 8% and 18%. And today, the crypto community is focused on how the Coinbase's direct listing is gonna go. Elon Musk acknowledged the new high of dogecoin and its blast into the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap with his tweet. I'd like to point out that Elon Musk had nothing to do with this explosive growth. I mean, yes, he used to do pumps, but it's the market that did this one. And I must say that it's a warning sign, in the sense that if we're at the beginning or the middle of the cycle, as indicated by the Bitcoin market share, it means altcoins have to hit their new highs, but not moon. The time to rise for them is when Bitcoin makes a U-turn, and I have to say that most altcoins that have been in the market since the last cycle are trying to follow this pattern. The first coin that joined the club of new highs of the past cycle was Ethereum. Last morning, Cardano joined it. The other day, Waves took this milestone too, which I described in my recent video on the 4 promising coins that are now in a strong bull trend. An exception to this rule was BNB token, which hit its new high back in 2019, but that's a whole different story and we won't talk about it now. Why this coin is rising I also mentioned in the video on the 4 cryptocurrencies. Check it out now. In the meantime, Litecoin, which I thought would be pushed out by some new projects from the top 10, isn't gonna give up and has already reached the price of $275. If it surges another 30%, the previous high will be taken. Also, many people are now fascinated by XRP, with the price already reaching $2, and it's just 45% away from the new high, which is fully consistent with my prediction that I gave yesterday about the price of $4. Who's gonna buy at this price, and can the SEC interfere with this? You should already know this if you watched the video, and if not, check it out right now. You can see the link on the screen. And I feel like it's the golden age for altcoins, when new projects take off during the listing on exchanges, upgrades, or just on cool news. People hunt for access and the market gives them. So why not, when there's enough money and those who make them? As for the older cryptocurrencies, as long as the Bitcoin cycle continues, they will catch up with it, hit new highs, and move on until the market peaks. If all goes according to this scenario, all of us in the future can easily and simply make money from this market movement. The main thing is not to be greedy and fix profits in time. I remembered fixing the profits for a reason. The market correction might start after the listing of Coinbase shares. Because as the old saying goes, buy the rumor, sell the news. And yes, the capitalization of altcoins alone has exceeded $1 trillion. Is that enough to live without Bitcoin? Probably not, but sooner or later, altcoins will stop being so predictable and it could result in losses. Share this video if you believe in Bitcoin at $1 million in 5 years, and give this video a thumbs up. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. It's the Coin Post channel. Subscribe and get enlightened.